What's up, everyone? My name is Abby. I like to read, and I think for once in my life, I'm not setting myself up for failure when it comes to reading challenges. So, yay for me. So today, I'm going to be showing you my TBR for the 2020 Reading Rush. If you don't know what the Reading Rush is, I will link the video down below that explains everything because I'm not good at explaining things. But basically, it is a readathon challenge thing that is created by Ariel Bissett and Raylene at Padfoot and Prongs, and it is basically just a week of the year. I think it's usually in July. They did do a stay home reading rush back in April. That was just like a little short version of it, but this is the full version in July. It is running July 20th through July 26th, and it's basically just a week of reading and challenges and fun like reading sprints, and it's just fun. It's my first one doing it. I did do the stay home reading rush, but this is my first full-blown reading rush experience, so I'm super excited. So I'm going to be going over the challenges and what book I'm going to be reading for each of those challenges. So I tried to do these challenges where I was reading the least amount of books as possible, just because I'm hoping that I will have a full-time job by then. So I don't want to overwhelm myself and have 7 different books for the 7 different challenges.
Please ignore my complete inability to say the word 7.
So I have 4 books total because I've doubled up on the challenges. But the first challenge is read a book with a cover that matches the color of your birthstone. Now, I was born in June. I always thought that my birthstone was a pearl, which it is, but I didn't realize that there are more than one birthstones for some of the months. So June, there are several. In the video where they explain the challenges, they have a picture of the birthstone, and for June it was an alexandrite, which I've never heard of before, but it's pink. And I wanted to read this book for a while, so I just went with this one instead of a pearl. So this is Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. I have wanted to read this since I got it, and I'm just really excited, and it's pink. Look at this cover, it's so pretty, and it matches. I think this is literally the color of an alexandrite, if I do say so myself. I don't think that saying works in that situation. Moving on. The next challenge is read a book that starts with the word the. And I have chosen, this is the book that it's in my list of series that I want to complete by 2020, so I figured I'm going to need to read this book eventually this year, so I might as well do it now. So that is The Eternity Cure by Julie Kagawa, and I just recently read The Immortal Rules, and I loved it. That was a reread. This will not be a reread. I haven't read this before, so I'm super excited to get into this. The next challenge is probably the one I had the most difficult time coming up with, and that is read a book inspired by a movie you've already seen. So I couldn't think of a movie that I'd seen, but I hadn't read the book, and then I was like, wait a minute, Twilight. So I've never read any of these books. I only just watched the movie, I think, 2 summers ago, and I thought it was bad. Real bad. And I didn't really have any interest in reading the books. I feel like maybe if I was a little younger, I'd be like, yeah, but I don't really have an interest now. But I do want to see what it's all about. You know, I don't really have an interest in the books themselves. I have an interest in the fandom and hype around the books. So, I don't have it with me right now because it is on its way from Book Depository. So, it will be here eventually, and my light just died. Okay, we're gonna have to pause while I charge my light.
1 hour later.
And I'm back. The light is charged, I ate a burrito, life is good. So the 4th challenge is read the first book you've touched. And I just went real simple with this. Literally, it's the first book I touched when picking out the books on this challenge, and that was Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. Since it was the first challenge, it's the first one I touched, so yeah. Question number 5 is read a book completely outside of your house. I have recently gotten a new chair that I'm using for reading outside in my backyard. Technically that's outside my house. So, I don't like reading in there for long periods of time, so I figured I wanted to pick a short book that would just be real quick, and I have chosen Heartstopper Volume 2 by Alice Osman. I just read volume 1 this month and I loved it and I wanted to read this. So, yeah. I also have volume 3, and so since this is so short, if I'm able to finish this and want to keep going, then I could potentially add the 3rd volume to the bunch and then just put it in the same challenge, if that makes sense. Or, since I'm technically using this book for the next challenge, which is read a book in a genre that you've always wanted to read more of, and I don't know if this really counts as genre, but I don't read many graphic novels, and so it's I don't know if it's a genre, it's like the type of book, but email. But I do want to read more graphic novels, so either I count this for both challenges, or if I read both, then I'll count this for one, this for the other one, and then I'll just have 5 books in the challenges. And the last challenge, challenge number 7, is read a book that takes place on a different continent than the one you live on. And I live on North America, and so I am going to read Wicked Fox, which I've used for like 2 other challenges. This takes place in Seoul, and yeah, I just really wanted to read this book, so I just had to make sure it fit all the challenges. So these are all the books that I plan on reading for the Reading Rush in 2020. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you're participating in the Reading Rush. Let me know what you plan on reading for all the challenges. And subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. This plague... Read a book that takes place on a different What? What's up, everyone?